Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and the subject of today's video is album covers, and specifically bands who had awesome album covers that all of a sudden had terrible album covers. I think we all know bands who their album covers are usually bad, like Riot is kind of a famous example with their Seal Man mascot. But these are bands that I don't understand what happened, and full disclosure, I did not do my research as Keith from Attack from Down Under does. When he does album covers, he goes and tells you who the artist is and everything. I did not do that because I'm lazy and I just wanted to show some records. So, and this was actually the idea for this came from Mark G with the C, because he just commented. He wasn't the only one, but commented about the Midnight Priest EP that I showed, that how awesome that cover was, and I commented back that they went on to have one of the worst album covers ever. So I'll be showing that at the end. But an example of what I'm talking about. So we'll start with Iron Maiden, of course. I'm not going to show a ton of Iron Maiden. Everybody's seen Iron Maiden. Everybody knows their covers are amazing. So there's the classic Live After Death album cover from Derek Riggs. And, pretty much, even if their albums weren't good, the album covers were good. Then we get to 2003. This is a pretty famous one, and this is actually a pretty good album, I think, but here's the album cover. I'll go out of the glare there. There we go. And I remember online this being leaked, and everyone was like, oh, that's just like a test, like a temp thing. It hasn't been finished yet. And then the album came out, and it looked like this. And I know 2003 was 20 years ago, but I assure you computer graphics were way better than this in 2003. I do not know what happened. Somebody dropped the ball on quality control on that. So that's kind of the theme of what I'm talking about here. Next, we'll go to another classic band, Judas Priest. Again, I'm not going to show all their great album covers, but, we got Side Wings of Destiny, British Steel, one of the iconic album covers there. And, an album a lot of people hate, Turbo. Oh, it's got that sticker in the way. But for what they're going for, I think it was a cool idea, like a futuristic in the 80s kind of album cover. And then right after Turbo comes the live album, imaginatively titled Priest Live. And this is what they went with. Just an ugly brown cover with some hands that a 10th grader drew or something. Actually, no. 10th graders have a lot more talent than this. I don't know. This is actually a cool live album. If you're into the Turbo era, the songs sound much better live, actually. And then, they got back on track with Painkiller, but then we've got whatever this is. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it just looks like it looks blurry, like it was a computer image that then they blew up too much. And it's the 90s, and ooh, we'll use a computer. It'll be so much better than a real artist. And then the follow-up, probably their worst album, and wow, check out the imagination on that album cover. Look at the parental advisory, though, guys. Ooh, scary. Your parents won't like that one. All right. I'll go on. Another classic band, Merciful Fate. Two of the greatest album covers ever in heavy metal, in my opinion. We got Melissa there. I should take these out. I don't know if I feel like it. This one deserves to be taken out, though. Maybe my favorite album cover ever. Don't break the oath. And then they broke up and reformed, and then we get the kind of the reunion album from '93, In the Shadows, which, I mean, it's not bad. It's just kind of like, okay, just kind of uninspiring and nothing really to say about it. Then apparently that was too extravagant and detailed, so then the follow-up, Time, is just a skull. Okay. But they weren't done. They continued down whatever path of uninspired cover art, and this is the next album, Into the Unknown. What? Sunset? What? I mean, from Melissa and Don't Break the Oath to this. I don't know. I don't know what they're going for, but didn't work for me. Okay, kind of a lesser known band, not super obscure, but Death Hammer from Norway, a kind of a death tinged thrash band. So here's Onward to the Pits. So I can see how this could be a little childish looking, but I really like it. I think it's a cool style, and it's got their little devil metalhead mascot there. So I count that as a good album cover. I mean, you might not, but wait until you see what came later, and then you'll think that was a work of genius. Here's the follow-up, Evil Power. Got our little dude there still. Now, the next album, Chained to Hell. Fantastic album, by the way. But if you just saw this album cover, there's no way you pick it up unless you just really like shitty album covers. What? Are you kidding me? I mean, that makes the Dance of Death album cover look very, very advanced. This looks like 8-bit shit. I don't know. I don't know what they're going for. And then I didn't pull the follow-up album, but they kind of went back to the previous style. I didn't think it was that great, so I didn't pull it out. But I don't know. Quick one here, Halloween. I mean, you've got the classics, Walls of Jericho, Keepers 1, Keepers 2. Then we get Pink Bubbles Go Ape, which, I don't know. I think it's so freaking weird. I kind of like it. Try to pull it out. Here we go. Maybe it means something. Maybe they just were trying to be weird, but it's different. And artistic in a way, even if you don't like it. I wouldn't flat out call it bad. But then this I would flat out call bad. Again, computers sometimes are our worst enemy. Rabbits don't come easy. Yeah. What? If you saw this in the shop, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to listen to this classic power metal. No. And it's a good album too, but you have to get past the album cover, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't. Alright, now on to the main event, Midnight Priest. So here is the one that I showed that a lot of people really liked. Their debut EP. I'm not going to try to pronounce that again. Gus said I did okay, but I don't trust myself to do it again. So then their first full length was this. I mean, not amazing, but I mean, kind of cool. Kind of sinister looking. Got some zombie type figures there. Going to the haunted house or whatever's going on. So, I mean, not great, but again, I wouldn't call it bad. It's kind of eye-catching. If I saw that in a store, I'd say, oh, maybe I'll check that out. But then the follow-up happened. This one's called Midnight Steel. And let's show you what they decided was a great idea. I don't even know. I mean, it looks sort of shitty computer, but I don't even understand. I guess they're supposed to be like Road Warrior type Warriors of the Apocalypse or something, but it just looks murky and shitty, and like it really looks like an MS Paint thing that like a kid did. I don't get it. And then the follow-up, Aggressive Hauntings, we're back to a really cool album cover. So, I don't know. There's no answers here. Life is full of mystery and failures and sadness. And that was just an illustration of some of that. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed this one. And I will see you on the next one. Later.